Welcome to Cowboys versus Ninjas, the podcast where we round up the wildest stories about time travel, adventure, and those moments when history takes a sharp turn into the bizarre. I'm Adrian,
Okay.
your guide through all things chronologically chaotic.
I like it.
And joining me is Julia, our expert wrangler of
Oh,
even the most paradoxical of plot twists.
it's great to be here, Adrian.
Today's story
Always happy to,
is a real humdinger.
delve into a story that bends the rules of time and space.
We're stepping into a world
Okay.
where cowboys meet cavemen.
Uh-huh.
Vikings think tea cozies are Valkyrie helmets,
Wow.
and a simple Victorian tea shop
Interesting.
becomes the most extraordinary intersection of history.
I'm intrigued.
Picture this.
Okay.
A sweet little tea shop called Lavender and Lace.
Cute.
Think starched linens, floral patterns,
I love it.
the aroma of Earl Grey in the air.
Ah, lovely.
Sounds peaceful, right?
It does, doesn't it? But that piece is about to be shattered when time travelers start popping in for a cuppa
You know,
and a side of temporal anomaly.
exactly. And the story throws us right into this delightful chaos with the arrival of the first time travelers.
Okay.
We meet Mrs. Frobisher, a retired chrononaut,
Cool.
with stories for days. A cowboy
Right.
who's more interested in sarsaparilla
Makes sense.
than Earl Grey, and a physicist
Oh, no.
who's worried about paradoxes.
I can see it now.
What a motley crew to find
Right.
in a dainty tea shop.
The story cleverly uses the classic
I know it.
fish out of water trope, playing it in both directions.
Interesting.
Not only are the time travelers completely out of their element
Oh, I bet.
in a Victorian tea shop,
Yeah.
but Priscilla, our protagonist,
Priscilla.
is equally bewildered by their sudden appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine inheriting this charming tea shop
I know.
from your adventurous grandmother, dreaming of a quiet life, only to be thrust into the role
Wow.
of interdimensional hostess.
Talk about a rude awakening.
It's hilarious to see how Priscilla,
I know, right?
with her Victorian sensibilities, tries to maintain order amidst the chaos.
Oh, it's going to be hard.
I mean, a caveman complaining about the lack
Well,
of mammoth on the menu?
Oh, come on.
I'd be speechless.
But that's what's so great about Priscilla. She rises to the occasion.
Does she really?
Not only does she whip up cheese platters
Wow.
and extra-large scones to appease the caveman,
Smart.
but she also establishes house rules
Oh, good idea.
with the help of Mrs. Frobisher.
Mrs. Frobisher.
No altering the outcomes of major sporting events.
So smart.
No chasing dinosaurs through the shop.
Wow.
These rules are pure comedic gold
That's so funny.
and hint at the wild events Priscilla must have witnessed.
Speaking of those rules,
Yeah.
don't you think they add an extra layer of humor? By subtly suggesting that Priscilla has already dealt with some pretty insane situations.
We don't get the full stories behind those rules,
Yeah.
but our imaginations can run wild with the possibilities.
Absolutely.
It's a great example of how the writer uses humor
I agree.
to hint at a deeper,
Yes.
more complex world within the story.
Yeah.
Or Priscilla's ability to adapt
Right.
and manage this chaos
It's amazing.
is truly remarkable.
She takes what could be considered mundane skills,
Okay.
tea making, etiquette, conflict resolution,
Right?
and turns them into tools
Wow.
for managing interdimensional mayhem.
Clever.
The story cleverly flips the mundane made awesome trope,
I see that.
showing us that even the most ordinary skills
That's true.
can become extraordinary
Well,
when applied in extraordinary circumstances.
It's not all scones and dinosaur wrangling, though.
What else?
This tea shop also becomes a place of solace for the time travelers.
Interesting.
They confide in Priscilla,
Oh,
sharing anxieties about their missions,
okay.
regrets about lost loves, and even fears about Tuesdays turning into tentacles.
Oh, no. Welcome back to Cowboys versus Ninjas.
Where tea time meets time travel.
That's right.
And our heroine
Yes.
is always ready with a teapot and a plan.
I like it.
We left you on a cliffhanger, folks.
Big time.
A real nail-biter,
Yeah.
Priscilla, armed with her trusty teapot,
Okay.
staring down a tear in the fabric of space-time.
It's intense.
It's like the calm before a temporal storm.
The story does a great job of
It's-
building tension here.
Uh-huh.
We've seen Priscilla handle all sorts
I know it.
of chaotic situations with a cool head
Yeah.
and a good cuppa.
Right.
But a rift in space-time,
Yeah.
that's a whole new level of crisis.
Right. And it's her reaction
No.
that I find so fascinating.
What is it?
You'd think with a chrononaut grandmother
Oh, yeah.
who just stepped out of a time portal,
Yeah.
Priscilla would reach for a more,
Right.
shall we say, advanced weapon,
Of course.
a laser sword,
Mm-hmm.
a temporal disruptor,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even a spare time machine
Okay.
stashed under the biscuit tin.
That's good.
But no, Priscilla reaches for the teapot.
What?
What do you make of that, Julia?
I think it's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
On the surface, it seems almost absurd.
Uh-huh.
A teapot against a tear in space-time.
Yeah.
But if we dig a little deeper,
Okay.
it becomes a powerful symbol of Priscilla's character.
I see.
She's surrounded by time travelers
Right.
with incredible gadgets and abilities, yet she chooses to face this threat
Yeah.
with the tools of her trade,
Okay.
the things that represent her world, her comfort zone.
It's a subversion of expectation,
It is.
isn't it?
Yes.
We expect a grand sci-fi solution,
Right.
but instead we get something so simple,
I know.
so unexpected,
Yeah.
so quintessentially Priscilla.
Exactly.
And it makes you think,
Yeah.
what's more powerful in this moment? Advanced technology or unwavering resolve? The story doesn't give us a clear-cut answer,
Right.
but it certainly makes us consider the strength that can be found in the ordinary, the everyday.
It reminds me of the saying,
What's that?
when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Oh.
But in Priscilla's case, it's more like,
Ah,
when the universe throws a space-time rift at you, make tea.
That's great.
And that brings us to another interesting point.
Okay, what is it?
The arrival of Priscilla's grandmother
Right.
doesn't just raise the stakes.
Uh-huh.
It also provides a glimpse to Priscilla's hidden potential.
Really?
We learn that time travel runs in the family,
Wow.
suggesting that Priscilla might have inherited more
More than what?
than just a love of tea and scones.
Could those seemingly simple skills,
Maybe.
the patience, the resourcefulness,
Yeah.
the ability to stay calm under pressure,
Yeah.
could those be signs of a latent chrononaut talent
Perhaps.
just waiting to be unlocked?
It's certainly possible. The story subtly hints at this idea,
Uh-huh.
playing with the hidden depths trope,
Oh,
in a way that makes us reconsider
I see.
everything we thought we knew about Priscilla.
You think so?
Is she just a skilled tea shop owner?
Yeah.
Or is she destined for something more?
Okay.
Something extraordinary?
And if she does have this hidden potential,
Yeah.
how will it manifest?
Right.
Will she embrace her grandmother's world
Yeah.
of time-traveling adventures?
Mm-hmm.
Or will she forge her own path,
Good question.
using her unique skills to bridge the gap
Oh, wow.
between the ordinary and the extraordinary?
Those are great questions, Adrian.
Thank you.
And while the story doesn't explicitly answer them,
Okay.
it does offer some clues.
Like what?
Remember the incident with the pterodactyl?
Oh, right.
Priscilla not only saved the day with a teapot,
Uh-huh.
but also showed remarkable quick thinking
Yeah.
and a knack for improvisation.
She did, didn't she?
Yeah,
It wasn't just luck.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
certain, what? Intuition to her actions.
Okay.
A sense that she could anticipate the pterodactyl's movements
Yeah,
and react accordingly.
I see it.
Almost as if she had a sixth sense for dealing with temporal anomalies.
Yes.
And that intuition,
Yeah.
that ability to navigate chaos
Mm-hmm.
with grace and a dash of unorthodoxy
Mm-hmm.
could be a sign of something more.
Right.
Something that connects her
Yes.
to her grandmother's chrononaut legacy.
So we have this seemingly ordinary Victorian tea shop owner
Right.
who might be a latent chrononaut
Okay.
facing down a space-time rift with a teapot,
Oh.
all while navigating the complexities
Yeah.
of interdimensional relationships.
It's crazy.
What's not to love about this story?
It's a delightful blend of humor,
I agree.
heart,
Yeah.
and mind-bending possibilities.
Definitely.
And as we head into the final part
Okay.
of our Cowboys versus Ninjas adventure,
Uh-huh.
I'm eager to see how Priscilla's story unfolds
Me too.
as she patch up the space-time rift with a well-placed spat of tea.
Uh-huh, maybe.
Does she outwit a temporal anomaly
Could be.
with a cunningly crafted crumpet?
Oh, I like that.
We'll find out soon enough.
I can't wait.
Don't go anywhere, folks,
No.
because the story is about to reach its boiling point. Welcome back to Cowboys versus Ninjas,
Yes.
where we're sipping on a story
Okay.
that's as strong and invigorating
I like it.
a good cup of Lapsang Souchong.
Indeed, Adrian.
We left our listeners with a pretty dramatic image.
Yeah.
Priscilla standing firm,
Oh, right.
against a tear in space-time, armed with nothing.
Wow.
But her trusty teapot.
I'm sure everyone's wondering how that showdown played out.
I know.
It's a moment that really highlights the central question of the story.
What's that?
Can the ordinary triumph over the extraordinary?
Good question.
Can a simple act of courage and resourcefulness stand against a cosmic threat?
I don't know.
The story doesn't give us a blow-by-blow account of the confrontation, which I actually appreciate.
Really?
It allows us to fill in the blanks with our own imaginations.
That's cool.
But it does tell us that Priscilla succeeds.
Really?
In her own unique way.
So no epic battle with teacups and teaspoons.
Not really.
No clever manipulation of temporal mechanics.
Nope.
Using a scone as a conduit.
Not in the traditional sense.
Interesting.
The story emphasizes that Priscilla's strength lies not in wielding extraordinary powers, but in her ability to find extraordinary solutions within the ordinary.
Okay.
She doesn't defeat the threat.
So what happens?
So much as she redirects it. Reshapes it using the tools and skills that are familiar to her.
You know, that makes me think about...
What's that?
The different types of time travelers. We've encountered in the story. You have the chrononauts. Like Priscilla's grandmother, who approached time travel with a sense of mastery and control.
That's true.
Then you have the scientists, like the physicist, who's constantly worried about paradoxes.
I get that.
And then there's Priscilla.
What about her?
Who seems to approach time travel with a sense of almost casual acceptance.
I can see that.
It's like she's saying, well, this is happening, so let's have a cup of tea and figure it out.
That's a brilliant observation, Adrian.
Cool, thanks.
It speaks to the idea that there are multiple ways to engage with the complexities of time travel. Priscilla's approach might not be as flashy or as scientific, but it's no less effective.
That's a good point.
She doesn't try to conquer time.
I know.
She simply coexists with it.
And in doing so, she creates something truly special.
What's that?
A haven where time travelers from all eras can find a moment of respite. A place where the past, present, and future blend together over a shared pot of tea.
And it's that image of chaotic harmony that I find so appealing.
The tea shop, despite the scorch marks and dinosaur-inflicted dents, becomes a symbol of resilience, of the enduring power of human connection.
I love that.
In the face of the unpredictable.
It's almost poetic, isn't it?
It is.
This simple Victorian tea shop, a place of tradition and ritual, becomes the center of temporal turmoil.
Crazy.
And yet, it not only survives, it flourishes.
Precisely.
And Priscilla, at the heart of it all, becomes a legend in her own right.
You think so?
Not a warrior, not a conqueror, but a hostess. A caretaker.
I like that.
Someone who offers a steadying presence in a world that's constantly in flux.
So what can we,
what do you mean?
A non-time traveler, non-tea shop owning listeners, take away from this story?
I think it encourages us
to what?
To embrace the unexpected. To find strength in the ordinary. And to remember that even in the face of chaos, a good cup of tea and a bit of kindness can go a long way.
Beautifully said, Julia.
Thank you.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to brew up our own cuppa.
Sounds good.
And reflect on the adventures we've shared today.
I agree.
Remember, listeners, if you could travel to any point in history, where would you go? And why?
Good question.
What would you bring to share or learn from that era?
That's interesting.
Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
And don't forget to rate and follow Cowboys versus Ninjas. For more captivating stories.
I will.
Until next time. Keep your teacups full. And your time travel paradoxes to a minimum to